Hey everybody, it's tequila time. So do something a little different. I haven't been, well, I have been to a couple liquor stores, just checking up on my buddies at Uncorked and Liquor King and a couple places in between. Just nothing new. It's the holidays, so you just deal with what's going on. There was a few Friday things, that were available. Um, I did pick up two new bottles recently. One of them we've tried. We did high proof blend, but we're going to do another drink through because what I want to do tonight is just a 90 proof drink through. Kind of compare these two. Um, they come from two different noms. They're both 90 proof. They're both Blancos. Um, they're kind of similar in profile, but we're going to try to investigate the differences between the two, other than just their noms. They are both Blancos in being 90 proof. So um, that was kind of my goal. I'm looking to do probably one of my next longer videos. I've got a couple bottles still to find. Um, I want to do a complete drink through of Lost Lore. Arturo is supposed to be sending me a t-shirt, and I'm not going to do the video till I get his Lost Lore t-shirt. So we'll see how that goes. And I keep moving my hat the wrong way. So, forgot where I was going. And one of the other longer ones, I will do a pretty much a complete drink through of Fortaleza. I do have every regular expression. I have, and then on top of that, I have a little bit of last year's winter blend. I'm still looking for this year's winter blend. I want to at least get a bottle, hopefully. Um, and I have the still strength. So I can go and do that complete drink through of that brand. Then it's sketchy from that point on. I have a little bit of this and a little bit of that. In the past, if you could see all the empty bottles I have that I don't know what to do with, because I don't just want to throw them away. And there's not any great recycling here in Missouri. Um, I'm saving all my Fortaleza bottles. I have a project in the future for those. When I do build my bar downstairs in the basement, um, I have a little project to do with those, similar to what I have up here, where I've put lights in them. I'm going to mount lights behind them and use them to light up the bar. That's my goal. I haven't figured out how I'm going to do that yet, but I'm saving all my Fortaleza bottles. Um, let's see. That's getting everything up to date. So let's drink some tequila. So we're going to start off with a new one, which is the Montagave. And La Rocas and 90 proof. This is the one that they rested in the cement egg. Um, my first crack on this, and this is not the first bottle of Montagave I have. I bought the regular Blanco that looks almost like a reposado. It was rested in wood. Um, I loved it. Thought it was really good. Um, and it's been a while, and about the only thing they carry in the Kansas City area is that Blanco. They don't carry the Añejo at all. We're starting to see more of it, but it's still kind of sparse. So, was watching Long Island Lou the other night, and I said, "Man, I want to try that because I liked the other one. I ought to like this one, and this one's going to be a little different." Well, it's definitely different. Let's pour a little up and let it air out a little bit here in the glass. While I'm at it, give you a little look, see the label. And then, since I've got another Glen sitting here, we're going to pour a little of this G4 Madera, and it's the 2024. I got this at Uncorked. Uh, mm, I got that tonight. I got the Palomar Añejo. Uh, and for me, the Madera line, that's in my flavor profile. The regular G4, and though it is good, they're just, I don't know what it is. I just like this one better. Um, it, I think because of the wood fermentation and the fermentation with fiber, all that just that adds to the flavor profile that I like. Not that any of the other ones do the same thing. Just that one from G4 does it for me. Let's get back to this. Oh yeah. So you can see the nice. You can see some legs and tears coming down the glass. I put it in front of the light, in front of the tequila light. You can kind of see those all forming on the glass. So some of the strong, when I was doing some testing with this, you get the cooked agave right up front. I mean, that's straight on the nose. A lot of minerality because they ferment in a concrete tank, and then after they distill, they rest it in a concrete egg. This huge, which is what they do that with wine out in California, and did that, and then they rest it again in a stainless steel tank. So you get a lot of minerality coming from the concrete. Several of my friends at the Agave Social Club were like, "Yeah, it's okay, but it really tastes like wet cement." I've never really tasted wet cement, but with the stuff that comes out of Cascaween, it just they do a lot of that there. Hold on, let me double check. Yeah, Cascaween. There's a nominal 1123. And they do some of that there. I mean, it gives me some of the same flavor profiles I get from the regular Cascaween stuff. Um, so, but the egg throws it off just a little bit different. So I was getting, there's a little minty. Now, I am not, my nasal passages aren't the great for getting a lot of these aromas. I get those strong ones, but the more subtle ones, yesterday I might have got a little minty flavor. Lou says there's mint on there. Again, my plus is the tongue, not the nasal passages. So let's give them a taste. Yeah, there might be a little minty in there, but it is definitely agave forward. You do get the minerality. There's a little black pepper in there. We're going to give it another taste and see if we can get any more out of it. But I get a lot of those flavors. I mean, it's not like I haven't drank any of this bottle. This bottle was all the way up to here. So I've been testing it for a while and enjoying it too because I really do like this. Probably because it reminds me of this one, just in flavor profile, not how it's made. And the minerality, the agave forward, it's just something in there, and probably the proof a little bit too, since they're both at 90. They tend to come across my palate a little more similar. Somebody asked me, "What does it taste like?" I'll tell you what I can taste, and compared to something else that I have. I mean, it's not like a Lost Lore. It's not like Lalo. It's not like what else do I have up there? Well, it's not like Fortaleza at all. Nothing's like Fortaleza at all. I mean, as far as flavor profile, it's complete. It's so olive briny, and I like that. Um, It's definitely not like yayo. So I mean, it's nothing. It has nothing to compare that to. I mean, the closest would be going into the Cascaween line, and but the egg makes that different. So I don't know what it is about G4 that makes it similar to me. Maybe just because G4 is a little more briny to me to begin with. Let's take another taste. Well, I just had the first on camera accident. Went to swallow the little bit of Montagave, and it went down the wrong pipe, and it went all over, all over the desk and all over the floor. And well, let's try this again. This time we won't inhale it; we'll actually drink it. Good Lord, this has happened to me before. We're not going to get into that. Mm. The mouthfeel on this is great. It just it's not overly viscous, um, though it does stick really well to the glass, and it does coat your tongue, coats the inside of your mouth just fine. But it's uh, it's not super thin. It coats everything, gives you a great flavor. We're gonna do another little. I had to wash down the other. Yeah, just easy drinking. Um, Once you get used to the 90 proof, the rest of it's just like right now. Back of the road has a nice light little tingle, and I get that anise just right on the back end, just floating on its way down. It's just a really nice sipper. Would recommend it to anybody. I'm gonna have to rate it on Tequila Matchmaker at some point, and when I do, I'm gonna guess it's probably gonna be mid to upper 80s. I'm gonna dive into it a little bit deeper, take some notes, and then I'll be putting it on, be rating it on there. So while we're here, we get a little sip of something to wash it down. Ho ho ho! It's coming up on that time. There's two things I don't like about coming up on Christmas time: cold, snow, and taxes. The only advantage of that is go to Mexico for a week later in the year after I pay all my taxes. I hope so. All right, G4. Yeah, agave forward. The Tahona, the mineralities right there. Not as much pepper as the other one. It's still there. It's just not as prevalent. And the minerality, though, it lingers. Proof's about the same. This is why I said the minerality between the two is very, very similar. The one thing that's different is that the Montagave is a little more peppery, a little more black pepper. Get another sip. Nicely sticking to the glass. Tears, legs running down the side. I enjoy them both. They have their own personality in different ways. There's this little bit of heat from the G4 just lingering, just sitting there on the back of the palate. and it's going to be there for a while. I know it is, and I enjoy it. Um, what else would I throw into that? At a 90 proof range, there's not a lot that would be in there um, right at 90 proof. I mean, everything else that I have, well, maybe the Cascaween um, Tahona would be closer to that. Let's take a look, see what that is. I'll be right back. So I went looking. No, the Tahona is only 42. It's not even close to 90. Um, and then the plot of 48, of course, is 48%. You know, that's 96. That's a way it's closer to 100 than it is to 90. Um, the only thing that I have that would be close to 45%. This is not even going to taste the same. So we're not even going to go there. I love this stuff. Good thing I got a backup bottle. So I mean, and I've had plenty of 90 proofs. I just can't. Maybe this is the one I'm thinking of 99% of the time, especially in tequila. This is the one here. Um, I know there's some others out there. Oh, I don't have any of that anymore. Was the Ensueño, I think, was close to 90 proof. Um, so, I mean, there are some wonderful, wonderful tequilas that are in that 90 proof, that 45% range, that have a minerality, are easy to drink, or good tasting agave forward Blanco tequilas that you can enjoy. Start with your 80 proofs, work your way up to 90 proofs, then you can start experimenting into the getting up towards the higher proof stuff, um, the still strengths and the overproofs, and the because we could bring down the puntas, but that's not even close, and that's just not the same flavor profile. It's just not. At 108 proof, it's just going to blow everything out of the water. The Lalo high proof, though, would be a good contender, but again, it's 108 proof. Um, so there's only a few things in there, and this is just different. This minerality in this one is different, and its flavor profile is different than either of these two. You would think this one and this one would be closer. Mm, just so I'm comparing apples to apples, let's pour a little of this. Let's see. No. The brine is different. Well, it could be because the agaves come from a different place, and the water source is from a different place. I know this one. The both of these. Well, the G4 has multiple water sources. I would actually have to go look it up to see whether it has one, two, or three, or blended of the three. But I know that there's different, which creates a different pH, which creates a different flavor profile from Felipe. But yeah, it's just this. The Fortaleza still strength is just different. I mean, yes, the proof is a little. It's 1% higher, but the brininess, the agave forward, the mouthfeel on it, it's thicker. won't say like olive oil. It's not that thick, but it just coats a coat of paint on the inside. These coat well, not the same. That's one of the things that everybody needs to remember in learning about tequila. Every single one is different, so it's always a good. If you can afford to do it, try them all. Not most people aren't available. Don't have the availability to do all that. One, accessibility, and we're all not made of money, so so we have to do them in stages. And sometimes, just like me, I've tried stuff and I've moved on, and I've tried stuff and I've moved on. Not saying that any of the stuff that I had was bad. I'm just moving down the journey. That's why I said I probably got 80 to 90 empty bottles or more of various different tequilas. Some that I still drink, some that I don't drink as much anymore. At one point, I had all of the Sorte, Blanco, Repo, and Yeho, and the Still Strength. The one thing that was eluding me at the time is they did not. It was hard to get the extra Añejo, and I never got around to buying it. And then I moved on from that brand. That brand is still good. I like that brand. The Reposado, again, I bought it first and then bought all the other two, and then finally when the Still Strength came out, I went through at least two of those, if not three, because I was getting into that high proof side, and at the time it was one of the highest proofs coming out. But I just keep trying stuff. The Cascaweens, the Don Fulanos, all the Lalos, but I keep coming back to those ones that tend to be my favorites, and everything in the Ocho line, anything from Camarenas, especially whether it's Felipe or whether it's Carlos. I've had the Tapatillos. They're good, but the El Tesoros and the Tequila Ocho, man, you have something that I want. I really want to try the new Mundal collection, that new Basil Hayden. Really want to try that one. I'll get around to it one of these days. If I don't get it done, I don't get it done. So, what's the moral of this story? Drink more tequila. Experiment. Try something new. Go someplace where they do pours. That's the biggest thing. I mean, you don't want to buy a whole bottle. Fine, I get it. Go find a restaurant, bar somewhere where you live that has a pretty decent tequila selection. If they have things that you don't own, try those. Get a little 2-ounce pour. One of the greatest places that I've been so far, and it's not here in Kansas City. It's in Wichita, Kansas. There's a little restaurant down there called It's a Cali Tequilas and Tapias. He just posted on the All Things Tequila page on Facebook his tequila menu and mezcal menu. The new one coming out first of the year, which this will be the first of the year. And he's like, "Hey, is there anything I missed? Did I do something?" There's and people made suggestions, and he's probably going to do some changes to his menu. But he did it in alphabetical order. That's the easiest way, and phenomenal list. I can't tell you how many pages long it was. I lost count, and but go buy anything from a $8 pour to a $24 pour. You're not. Where else are you going to be able to do that? He has hundreds. It feels like hundreds of tequilas to pick from, and their food's good too. So if you're ever in Wichita, look them up. I'm sure they'll be glad to have you. And it's for me, it's just one of those nice places to go. So, Merry Christmas. We'll see you again between now and then. And don't forget, it's always tequila time. Salute.